And I'm having a lot of chuckles today. So you're in the racetrack. We're on the Monte Carlo track, yeah, and it's obviously it's dots with arrows ad infinitum. But what they've even put a chicane in the middle to keep the drivers apart. You know, obviously you got that lane there. They're going that way. The chicane. This makes me laugh. Lol. It really is clown world. So I was watching Channel 4 News last night. It's a bit wishy-washy, but it's my favorite mainstream news program. And they went to Paris and Madrid. And Paris, emergency measures like emergency, state of emergency, disaster legislation. And they're mandating masks outdoors, the face nappy outdoors. And every single person, every little granny, child, man, woman, people in the studio, all wearing the face mask. And they all reminded me of Bozo the Clown when I was a kid, of Pennywise, of the Rare Pepe with the Clown World mask on, or Arthur Dent, Oscar-winning bloody, what's his name, Phoenix, from Joker. And let me show you this. So we are at the Trafford Centre. We need everyone to socially distance. So what we'll do is we will shut big car parks, and we'll force everyone to cram into the smaller car parks and force everyone to go into the same entrances. That is Clown World. People, my amazing viewers, best viewers in the world. There's other viewers on other channels, but mine are the very best. Someone is writing about Charlie, check out the World Economic Forum, you know, that Davos thing, the kind of Bilderberg, the more mainstream Bilderberg. He's like, Charlie, check out the name. They're calling it the Great Reset. They're like, Prince Charles is talking to the WWF, wildlife, talking about we need a great economic reset. We need global governance. David Attenborough saying to save the animals. He's got his like My Life on Planet Earth on Netflix saying, we need a big economic reset. So, oh my God, everything that we've been talking about, that slightly crazier conspiracy theorists have been talking about for the last 10 years, it's all coming true. Remember Project Bluebeam? We thought the world would unite behind a fake alien invasion. Guess what? It's a very tiny little alien, 5 nanometers across, little particle called COVID-19. Well, I just want to talk about this. We're walking through the Trafford Centre, not because I like shopping malls, but because it's raining heavily. It was so sunny this morning. You saw the blue skies. And here, I hope it comes on during my walk around here. But they have very loud tannoy siren.
Please do your part to help keep everyone safe. Follow the blocks route and maintain a safe distance from others at all times. Thank you for doing your part.
Follow the I'm not following the marked route. Anyway, that's nice when it all comes together on cue like that. So I was saying the other day on video how the social contract, that's a term coined by Jean-Jacques Rousseau, political moral philosopher in France in the 1700s, around the time of the Enlightenment that spread from Edinburgh. Woohoo! So the social contract is a very easy concept. The society, all the people, you abide by the rules and you lose a bit of your freedom, but you get massive benefits from obeying the social contract. So I'm reading through the introductory blurb of the World Economic Forum official page about the Great Reset. And first point to note, it's your usual claptrap, but they use the word global. Global governance, global this, global economic response. We need to get rid of the mismanaged, individualized country, global. And it ends in the second paragraph. It says, we need a new social contract where every human being has dignity. Right. You're outside, sell fridges. They don't even sell fridges. You know, a couple of weeks ago, AstraZeneca, big pharmaceutical company, they had to halt their COVID-19 vaccine trials because couple of the people got some serious neurological damage. That's nerve damage, that's bad damage. Now, I go onto the Spectator Index from the Spectator magazine, and 10 hours ago, Johnson & Johnson, another massive multinational, multi-billion pharmaceutical company, has had to halt their COVID-19 vaccines trials because another patient has succumbed to very bad mystery illnesses, and it's very bad. I am the only grown-up in the entire Trafford Centre not wearing the face diaper. Nostalgic for the old world. People hugging, young people meeting up in bars, having sex, sexual relations in the park, adults fighting each other, people drinking, sharing the peace pipe, sharing a spliff, not wearing soggy face nappies. It's a beautiful, my God, I'm nostalgic for a world that was only 7 months ago. Right, it's time to get a rant on, guys. Let's go for a walk and get the rant on. Anyway, just to get out of the way for my my Italian viewer, his name's like Umberto Biaggi or Roberto Baggio. He likes the pillar chat. But anyway, we're here in the Trafford Centre. Don't get me started about the ancient Greece or Rome here. This is ancient Rome and ancient Greece on crack. It's, how do I put it? Ostentatious. That's as nice as I'll say it. Free coffee? Anyone else doing that free coffee for a month? Free coffee for a month? Very good. Anyway, so I've noticed a few things I say. I say, so anyway. And here's the thing. And here's the thing. So anyway. You know when you like review yourself, you realize you've got your tics. So anyway. Right, so I know people that work in beauty treatments. I know people that are personal trainers. And I know bar staff as well. You know, just like Jesus, I mix with all levels of society, making me a dangerous subversive. So I've been looking into the COVID legislation, the Coronavirus Act. Amazing how they just have, like, or maybe it's written in a hurry. I'm not gonna get too conspiracy, but it's already there. You know, all the MPs sign it in the time of who's not going to sign the Patriot Bill when you've got airliners slamming into buildings? Who's not going to sign the Coronavirus Act when you've got granddads getting flipped over to drain their lungs on a ventilator? And you know, you've got young people go, take it seriously. They found the one guy under 40 with the bad lungs. So my advice, to continue on from the other video, the greatest message for the greatest generation, is that for all the beauty parlors, all the pubs, all the nightclubs, I think it's time, guys. And I wouldn't say this, I wouldn't put my balls on the line, which are the only tests I'm gonna have are the two that dangle between my legs, unless I'm asphyxiating. That woman just guffawed at me. So anyway, to all the people that are apparently now not allowed to run their businesses because, you know, you're pawns, you're peasants in the great economic reset. You're just cannon fodder. Look, sometimes a caring, loving general needs to send a platoon of cannon fodder to distract the enemy. So, you know, sometimes a society needs to sacrifice some unimportant business owners, just like a general will sacrifice a platoon of men to the Nazis so that he can do a different movement somewhere else. Hey, guys, trust your dear leaders. It's for the greater good. Look, guys, the greater good is real. Doesn't matter how many people commit suicide or miss their cancer appointments or don't go to the doctor with the bad lungs because, hey, oh, no, I don't want to be a burden on the NHS. Let's clap for them. So, look, here's what I think is happening. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Georgia Guidestones, but it's going in that direction. And, you know, when you're insane with... Ignore that one, that's losing members of your party, Tannoy. So, if you're insane with power, and all the most powerful people have been fully corrupted, can you imagine? You're worth a 10 billion, 100 billion, You know, when you've got companies and countries bowing to you, Mr. Bill Gates, Mr. Jeff Bozo, Bozo the Clown World, Jeff Bozo. Just imagine. Let me just do a little view down the back there. Look at that. It's like Victorian garden mixed with ancient Roman, ancient Greek crack. Okay, everyone, in the Trafford Centre. We're here outside the Apple store. And let me try and sort out my white balance. There you go. All right. Okay, so absolute peak clown world is people in face nappies queuing up and begging the staff to come in and spend their money, and getting told by a man with a clipboard and a mask, nope, sorry, you can't come in. I mean, fuck the customer, eh? I love this new corporate governmental world. It's too funny. I mean, at the start of the pandemic, they were literally using the infrared heat sensor gun to hold up to people's heads. And I think I got that on video. Anyway. Apple products, man. If you're still consuming Apple, you're in the cult. I'm sorry. It's too late for you. Okay, guys, if you know the Trafford Centre, you know this car. Something to do with the husband and wife that built it or ran it or own it. Anyway, this is an absolute design classic. What is it? Mercedes SL from the 70s or 80s. 3.8. Look at this thing. It's utterly gorgeous. And that's quite a big boot, big trunk for the good old days. But anyway, my fantasy, my nostalgic fantasy, it's got Miami Vice built into it. It's got a bit of True Detective. It's got a bit of Love Police. And my fantasy is to jumpstart this beauty, get in the front, put my aviator glasses on, and drive around the Trafford Centre with my megaphone, telling the people the things I've been saying in this video. Hey, I can dream. So we're in John Lewis, who they've had to drop the never knowingly undersold because times are hard. They've had to make redundant a lot of staff. Now, John Lewis, for the international audience, this is the most reassuringly middle-class shop. So I've been in the Trafford Centre, been in a few shops, got some coffee. No one said a word about my beautiful birth face. I'll call it that, the birth face, the face you were born with. So I'm coming into the Trafford, to John Lewis, and the lady goes, "Oh, have you got a face mask?" And here's exactly how it went. I said, "Oh, I have a valid reason, a legal reason for not wearing one." She goes, "Have you got the lanyard, the flowery lanyard? You have to wear it." So I just let like a fart, I let it sit for a moment and said, "Are you sure?" And then I repeated to her, I said, "Look, I have a valid personal reason why I don't wear the face mask." And then we had the kind of Mexican standoff. And she relented. She goes, "Okay, you can go in." I said, "Thank you very much." And then because I'm an asshole and a bully, I then go back to her and I say, just for future reference, there is no legal requirement to wear the lanyard that says you're exempt.
Do you ever feel like we are in Vichy France, and when you see another person with le nappy du visage, you give them the nods, almost like you're meeting another non-collaborator in the forest. So the Chancellor of the Exchequer, our Finance Minister, very handsome man named Rishi Sunak. He's like an Asian James Bond, except he talks more bollocks than a drunken Bond. So, more evidence for this great economic reset from the World Economic Forum. You know, Rishi, he's saying, "Oh, it's okay. Look, we've lowered the value-added tax VAT from 20% down to 5%, so that's less tax revenue." Okay, so a third of the population's lost their jobs. It's a lot less tax revenue. Okay, so another 25% who work in hospitality are not allowed to work, and we're actually going to pay their salaries to the tune of 66%. Less tax revenue, more money just paid out. So with a dwindling economic base, I think like anyone that's smart, oh God, look at this, appeal to intelligence.
logical fallacy. But anyway, anyone that can read words and can see what's going on will say that it's impossible to try and claim back or try and rescue the economy now. It's impossible. It ties in perfectly with the great economic reset. Just pump the money out. It's like a blinged up black guy stood in a nightclub with a bottle of Cristal and he's just flicking $100 bills out of his hand at all the people in bikinis going, throw money at us. That's what the finance ministers of every country are doing now, because it's all over. That baby boomer fiat currency, constant growth, it's all over. And this was the alien invasion, Project Bluebeam, that we all worried about. It was the effing virus. And again, so no one can call me a conspiracy theorist. I believe it's real. I've looked at the data. It's got a mortality between 0.5% and 1%. And it's no more deadly in the United Kingdom than the year 2000 flu season. So, yes, I know what's going on. And what is funny as well, again, as I say, is giving the nod to the non-mask wearers. Vive la résistance! There's a lot of people staring at me from behind the muzzle. And I'm just walking around, happy face, calm as a Hindu cow, because you never know. I'm sure a lot of them are staring out of, oh my God, I hate him, he's not complying. But I guess a good proportion will be staring out of, there goes my hero. Watch him with his birth face. You guys remember the X-Files? So, I've been having a thought, you know, it's very easy to fall into anger at all the conformists, all the followers, all the face mask wearers. Very easy with all the looks they give you to start hating them. But then you remember, what's going on in this infinite conceptual horizon? Well, that which is conscious, the Godhead, is, for most of the time, it doesn't want this responsibility of being the Godhead, so it comes back down as an NPC, as a kind of daydreaming, everyday human, just having a nice time, normal job, family, go shopping. So don't be mad at them. They're literally having the craziest trip of all. Now, many of you will recognize this exact paraphrasing from Alan Watts. And he's like, yeah, with the squares, with the normies, leave them be. Of course, if they come for you, then you got to defend yourself, but don't try and change them. They're literally just having this trip. And here's the problem, you know, like, I think the very powerful, the people who talk about useless eaters, or, oh, we got to drown these kittens, as in people, useless. I think they get this rage, this desire for control freakery that comes with their fucking power. And they cannot just let people be. They need to control and all this stuff. So, forgive them. They know not what they do. The way the government sees you is that you're just a few eggs, and they've got an omelette to make, which is the Great Reset, the Great Economic Reset. So, if you've had enough, if you think the social contract is over, if you think there's some funny business at play here and things just don't add up, here's my advice to you. And let them come for me as well. Come for me. To all the shops and bars, stay open. Take the fine. Force the police, these working class boys and girls. It's non-stop, this tannoy. So here's the thing. If you're in Liverpool, if you're in Edinburgh, if you're in Glasgow, stay open. Have your parties. Run your businesses. The police turn up. They're not a judge. They're not a magistrate's court. They can issue you a fine and notice, but everyone's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, often by your peers. So let the police fine you. Fine. Give you a fine. Okay, accept it. Okay, yes, I have broken coronavirus law. Yeah, here, just give me the ticket. I'll sort it out. Let's have the police give out 500,000 coronavirus tickets. What if people disagree with the Great Reset and they just want to live their lives? I mean, the amount of sacrifice that this government is asking for, my advice, people, is keep your businesses open, go to work, do your treatments, do your personal training, do your normal stuff. Everything will be okay. They'll turn up. Oh, hello. We believe this and that. Okay, believe what you want. Give me the ticket. Just give me the ticket, officer. And what's the government going to do? Set up 500,000 coronavirus magistrate court sessions. With what money? You're furloughed. You're on Rishi Sunak's new 66% minimum wage. What are they going to fine you with? And you think they're going to put you in jail? They can't put you in jail. They're releasing all the prisoners because A, they can't afford it, and B, they can't, under human rights, have people all crammed together in prison. So guys, it's time to grow a set of fucking balls. And it's time to stop obeying. I've been saying it for 10 years. I feel like my whole YouTube thing for the last 10, 11 years has been building up to this. Everything else has been a bit, ooh, are they or are they not? But now they are. They really are. So live your life. I'm going to do something a bit more organized to kind of like help people have the strength. Because for me, they can't scare me. I've been to hell and back. I have fucking locked horns with the devil. I have stared into the abyss of his soul, and I've told him to go fuck himself. And so you need to as well. It's a process. We've all been programmed so much. Do you remember swine flu? Do you remember being a teenager with the HIV/AIDS message? You thought that if a girl touched your uncondomed penis, you were going to die of AIDS? Do you remember Ebola? Do you remember the UN saying that a third of Africa was going to die of AIDS? Remember swine flu? I know I've just said it, but do you remember that? I mean, my member berries are membering hard. And I'm old enough now to have seen a couple of cycles of the bullshit. So thanks very much for watching. This is me signing off from the Trafford Centre. Check out those pillars. Thanks for watching, guys.